Hello Eagle Valley, welcome to EVTV. We have another great episode for you today.
The theme of this week's episode is motivation.
We wanted to create an episode where we reported on stories that inspired us in order to show our high school in all the ways we can make an impact.
We will be exploring motivation in our country, in our community, and in our school.
Student athletes that play at Eagle Valley work incredibly hard all season long. But for some athletes, their hard work and motivation can go unnoticed because their sports are not as popular for spectators.
For more, we go to Kaikea.
I was introduced to it by my mom, and I fell in love with it and have played it ever since.
Like many athletes, Caroline Paxton was introduced to a sport at a young age and has followed her passion to play the sport ever since.
So many of them have been playing for a long time, but also I know that there's a few that have just started playing and they really enjoy the new challenge.
I mean, I got some girls that have been playing since they were little, and they've played kind of club ball, and they just love the sport. And I got some girls that come out and they just want to do something different. They haven't played softball before.
You know, I think it becomes a passion and what they're exposed to. Because if your family's a golfing family, you're going to be exposed to first tee when you're 6 and 7 years old and play golf all the way through.
Much like Caroline, many athletes are motivated to play their sport, but there's one thing stopping these athletes from playing to their peak potential.
What I watch sometimes is difficult because not all sports have the same number of spectators that come and see them. And so that I can see as an underrepresented piece of things.
It's really hard to stay motivated and go out and try to play with your full potential when nobody shows up to encourage you to play good.
Yeah, I think softball is definitely one of those sports that has fewer turnout than other sports, and you usually watch the game only if you know someone who's playing it. I don't think there's a lot of people that come watch softball just because there's a game and they just want to hang out and watch the game.
I don't think students show up to our games because they think we aren't very good, and maybe if they showed up, they would see that we have a lot of potential and we're actually a really great team.
All of us are motivated by someone or something to pursue our passions. In order to reach our goals and aspirations, we need to support one another, and it will then motivate everyone around us.
Regardless of which program it is, I feel that all of them deserve people to be out there supporting them as they put a lot of effort in during practice and even a lot of them throughout the school year and summertime.
Although softball season has come to an end, their passion and motivation hasn't. Hard work and dedication isn't just limited to the softball team. Many other teams would love to have the support of our student body. Make sure to show your support in the upcoming winter and spring sporting events. This is Kaikea Cavallero, back to you in the studio.
Make sure to support as many activities as you can throughout the rest of the school year.
Eagle County is full of incredible individuals who are motivated to support each other.
To learn more about one of those people who is motivating others and having an impact in our community in more ways than one, we go to Alyssa.
Students have goals and desires, but they don't know where to start. Other students haven't had the opportunity to figure out what they need or want.
My name is Heather O'Malley, and I am the director of Trio Upward Bound of Eagle and Lake Counties at Colorado Mountain College. Students, that has to be an internal drive, an internal motivation. My job is to help them see the potential in themselves. I'm a heart person. I think that it's important to think about where you want to go and where you want to be, but most importantly, it's important to feel what you want to be and what you want to do with your life. I think a lot of times working with students, when it comes to motivation, one of the most important things to do is to break things down into smaller problems. I think a lot of times when we start to feel overwhelmed by something, our motivation can sort of flag. My goal and my job is to help make sure that they have support and resources so that those obstacles do not hold them back from what they want to do when they're on their journey.
Heather O'Malley is a person in Eagle County who is interested in helping kids with their motivation.
And my program does several different things. During the school year, we provide academic tutoring for our students, free, online and in person. We provide career and college help and motivation, just getting them to figure out who they are, what do they want to do with their lives, and what is a college that is a good fit for them. You know, high school can be confusing, and so my job is to help remove as many of the obstacles and barriers so that when people are motivated to become something, to go to school, to study something, they have nothing standing in their way of doing that.
Through her work with Upward Bound, Heather creates opportunities for students that had motivation for programs in need. And for the students who haven't had what motivates them at the Mountain Valley Horse Rescue, the students have the chance to find out.
We rescue and help unwanted, neglected horses. There's about 6,000 unwanted horses in the state of Colorado alone. It also allows them to meet these horses, and these horses are pretty compelling animals. They have really cool stories to tell. We have horses who are coming from really severe cases of neglect. We've got horses who are coming through really bad health issues. And then we've got horses who are just coming, we've had wild Mustangs who are coming straight out of never being handled, and they don't get their hands dirty. They don't get to meet animals. And so I think the horse rescue plays a really important role because it allows people to sort of connect with a piece of themselves that maybe they've never had a chance to connect with.
If you're interested in pursuing for motivation, you can contact Upward Bound Mountain Valley Horse Rescue to get started. Programs and opportunities, discover more motivation. This is Alyssa Holiness. Back to you guys in the studio.
It's great to see a member of our community making a difference.
Everyone is driven by something different. Something that motivates someone to stay where they are might be the same thing that motivates someone to leave.
Even though people are motivated by different things, sometimes the decisions they make can bring them together and allow them to discover something new.
For more, we go to Hannah.
Motivation for some people is about what you're leaving, but for others, it's what you're going towards.
I'm Norman and I'm an exchange student from Italy and I'm a senior.
I'm Marie Sanders. I'm Kendall Sanders' mom and Norma Velati's host mom.
I'm Kendall Sanders. I'm in the 10th grade and I'm hosting a foreign exchange student.
Norma Velati is a foreign exchange student living with the Sanders. For Norma, foreign exchange started with the desire for something different than Italy.
It was horrible. I was really bored, and the best thing here is the school, because I really like how the kids can choose the school and the class, because I chose my school when I was 13, and at 13 you have to decide, I want to work in the tourism. No one at 13 know what he wants to do, and here you can choose the class every semester. So you have time for decide what you want to do. I said, I change idea, please, I won't try. Please try to go, I really need to change. I don't want to stay here anymore, I don't want to stay with the same people.
But for the Sanders, they are motivated by something else.
We had talked about doing mission work out of the country. That's always been a passion of our families. And we've been to Mexico and wanting to learn about other cultures. And Kendall had mentioned, and her older sisters had mentioned, of doing study abroad programs as well as Kendall's friend. And we thought it'd be a great opportunity to learn about the programs that were offered.
My best friend, Emily Myers, used to go to school here and she's now a foreign exchange student in Austria. She came over and talked about it with my family, so we decided to do it.
Foreign exchange has brought these people together, and they've gotten much more out of the experience than they ever could have anticipated.
At first it was scary, even for us and her dad, because we had no idea what this 17-year-old from another country was going to expect from us. And we wanted to make sure that we made it as comfortable for her as possible, and not knowing what the culture in Italy was like and how kids are in Italy, and about being a parent to a child from Italy. There were many questions, and actually when we picked Norma up at the airport in Aspen and she ran up and she gave us a hug, it was just so beautiful.
All these people are motivated to try foreign exchange for different reasons, but acting in their motivation has brought them together.
Because it's a beautiful experience. No one will come back. I love to stay here and I don't want to come back.
This has been Hannah Medina. Back to you in the studio.
We're very lucky to have Norma and all the other foreign exchange students at Eagle Valley.
That's all we have for you this week.
We hope this episode motivates you to be active in your school,
community, and your life. We'll see you next time on EVTV.